We're talking about solving rational expressions, and for this first example, we want to solve a rational equation by cross multiplying. So the steps for this one are cross multiply and then check your solution. You see, for both of these steps, the last process is check your solution, because anytime that we have a variable in the denominator cannot be 0. So we have to make sure that each one of these fractions will work and they're not going to be undefined. So first step, cross multiply. So all we're going to do is we take this denominator from over here and we're going to multiply it by this numerator. And we take this denominator over here and we multiply by this numerator. So what we're doing is we get x times 3 is 3x and minus 21. And that's going to be equal to 10x. So then we combine like terms, so we subtract 3x, subtract 3x, and we get negative 21 is equal to 7x divided by 7, and we get negative 3 is equal to x. Now we have to check it. We have to check to make sure it works for both fractions. So 3 over 5 multiplied by negative 3. And we're checking to see if that's equal. So we go 2 over negative 3 minus 7. So 3 over negative 15 is equal to 2 over negative 10. And both of these are equal to negative 1/5. All right, so they do work. Next one, we're going to do the same thing. Cross multiply. So over here, we're going to multiply by x plus 3. And over here, we're going to multiply by x minus 3. So x times negative 4 is negative 4x plus 12. And 5x plus 15. So then we're going to subtract 12. Plus 3 minus 5x. And then we get negative 9x. And then we're going to divide by negative 9. And then we can work on example C. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to cross multiply. So we're going to multiply by 11x plus 8. And over here, we're going to multiply by 2x plus 5. So we get 11x plus 8 is equal to 2x squared plus 5x. So in this case, we have a quadratic formula. And in order to solve a quadratic formula, we need to get one side equal to 0. So we can subtract 11x and subtract 8. Subtract 11x and subtract 8. Then we get 0 is equal to 2x squared minus 6x minus 8. All these are even, so we can factor 2 out. And then this is factorable. So what we get is we got to have an x, and we got to have an x, and two numbers that multiply to -4 and add to -3. So we need a 4 and a 1, and the bigger one needs to be negative. So our possible solutions are x equals +4 and x equals -1 from the zero product property. And then we have to check to make sure that these will work. And so we're going to substitute 4 in for both of these. So then we get 1 over 2 times 4 plus 5. And that is going to be equal to 4 over 11 times 4 plus 8. So 2 times 4 is 8 plus 5 is 13. So we get 1 over 13. And then we get 4 over 44 plus 8 is 52. And so then that does equal 1 over 13 is equal to 1 over 13. So then 4 does work, and then we just have to check -1. So then we have 1 over 2 times -1 plus 5. And we're going to check to make sure that these are equal. So then we're going to have -1 over 11 times -1 plus 8. 2 times -1 is -2 plus 5 is 3, so we get 1/3 here. And we're checking to make sure we get a -1 in the numerator. And then we have 11 times -1 is -11 plus 8 is -3. So then we do get that 1/3 is equal to 1/3. So then -1 also works.